guys, it's BP and welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back. So today I am going to be talking about self-love, and today I want to talk about why self-love is self-discipline. So a lot of the times when we talk about self-love, I feel like it is talked about, it's associated often with self-care and, like, you know, bubble baths and writing in your journal, which writing in your journal is actually very, very helpful. And self-love is kind of like associated with upkeep, like, oh, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, like buying yourself a cute outfit, retail therapy. Like, that is oftentimes what self-love is associated with. But that is not truly what self-love is. Truly, at its core, self-love is self-discipline. Self-love is sacrifice. Self-love is doing the hard things that you don't want to do, but you know that you need to do in order to reach your goals, in order to get to where you're going. If you truly love yourself the way you say that you do, then you will do those hard things that hurt now, but will pay off in the end and will pay off later. Self-love is self-discipline. It's when you're working out and you know you have a goal, and you know you have this set goal that you want to lose. It is getting up early before work to get your workout in. Or if you didn't get up early, it's going to the gym straight after work and just getting that workout out the way before you go home. It's doing that extra set or that extra rep when you're in the gym. It's doing that extra cardio, those extra, 10 to 15 minutes of cardio when you're in the gym. It's not eating those chips. It's not eating out, not eating junk food, fast food, ice cream, pop, juice. It is holding yourself accountable. If at the end of the day, like, we know right from wrong, we know what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing. We know that we should not be eating that extra cookie. We shouldn't be eating that extra ice cream. We shouldn't be, eating out. It's discipline. Discipline is at its core the truest form of self-love, because you love yourself enough that you're going to be uncomfortable in this moment so that you can get the end results that you want later and be comfortable later. Like, self-discipline is so key, it's so important, especially when you have goals to reach and when you have milestones that you're trying to accomplish. Self-discipline is key. And like I said, like, a lot of people don't really associate like self-discipline with self-love. Like, and it's kind of just like, when you truly get to a point where you love yourself, you're gonna automatically choose what's better for you. You're gonna choose what's best for you. Like, you're not even gonna want to, make bad decisions for yourself. Like, an example of this is like drinking. Like, so I have never been a heavy drinker. I have always been more so of like a social drinker. Like, I'll drink alcohol if I'm out with friends. If I'm going out and, like, we're pre-gaming, like, I'll take shots. But I have never been a heavy drinker ever. I never, like, willingly have said, let's get drunk, or like, I mean, sometimes, special occasions where it's like, okay, today's one of those days. But like, literally rare special occasions am I gonna be like, want to get drunk. Like, I do not like alcohol. I don't like the taste of it. My body is very sensitive, so like, if I don't eat properly before, like, I will throw up. Even like at the end of the night, like, if I don't throw up like right away, I will throw up at the end of the night. Like, if I drink a lot, like, I cannot go to bed properly with that liquor in my system. I will throw it up. Like, I do not know, my body and alcohol don't mix at all. We don't get along. So I rarely ever get like belligerent drunk or like whatever. And when I was younger, I would say that's when I drank a lot. And it was like, even though I know my body couldn't handle it, I know that like something always goes wrong, or I would throw up or whatever the case. Like I still like drunk. I still would drink and like, you know, drink a lot because I'm just like, that's the norm, and you know, I want to have fun, and you know, blah blah blah. But now I'm at the age where like I'm cool. Like I do not need it. I will take 1 or 2 shots. I will sip on this one drink all night, but I'm cool. I'm not gonna try to force myself to drink a lot. I'm not gonna force my body to do what I know it doesn't like. Like I'm cool. I'm okay with saying no. And to me, that's a form of self-discipline. I know my limits. I know what I can handle. I know my body. I know the repercussions that's going to come with me drinking a lot. So most of the times I say no. Especially when like I know I have to do work the next day, and I know that my body reacts how my body reacts when I drink a lot. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get up the next day. I'm probably going to end up eating something bad that night. I'm probably gonna end up eating something greasy so that it can like absorb the alcohol in my stomach. Like drinking, it normally always leads to bad decisions for me. So that's why I'm like, now it's a no-brainer. I just like, no, I'm good. After that 1 or 2 shots, I'm good. After I have that one drink, I'm okay. And I'm totally fine with that. And to me, like that is a form of self-discipline. I know that the cons outweigh the pros for me, and I am okay with saying no. And I'm not judging anyone else for what they do, and I'm not just like, have a ball. Like if you know that that makes you feel good and that makes you feel great and you loosen up or whatever, cool, that's okay. But for me, I'm okay. And I feel like that goes with self-discipline, like knowing your limits, knowing, you know, thinking about the long term, not just thinking about now and what you want now and what it's going to do for you now, but how are your decisions going to affect you later? That is true self-love. Self-love is you know, discipline comes in many forms. Like it's also having boundaries. I made a previous video on my channel about having boundaries and how setting boundaries is a form of self-love. Like when you say no to something you don't want to do, no to someone that you don't want to hang out with, like that is a form of self-love, because you know that, you know, that's not gonna benefit you, and that's not gonna be to your best interest. Now there is a difference between like being inconsiderate versus like boundaries. So I do want to say that, like, you know, don't confuse the two, because some people say no, you know, there's a difference, but that's another, you know, topic for another day. But like, obviously everything doesn't have to benefit you, right? Like you don't do everything for your benefit. As long as it's not a disservice to yourself, you can say yes to some things if you know it's not hindering you and it's not a disservice to yourself. But when something is like directly hindering you and you know that it is not in your best interest, then you have to learn how to say no, and you have to learn how to be disciplined. You have to learn how to say no to the bad food. You have to learn how to say no to your bad habits. For me, like, I know a bad habit that I have is like staying up super late and like scrolling on my phone or social media or like watching like YouTube videos, whatever. Like, I am such a night owl. Like, I'll admit it, I'm a night owl. Like, I come alive at night. Like, I don't know what it is. I do not know. I think like my mom is definitely like this too. Like me and my mom, like we will stay up late all hours of the night, like just doing stuff. Like we're not morning people at all. We're totally night owls. Like I just get a surge of energy at night, but that really hinders me because I know how productive I can be in the morning. Like, you know, everything's still, everything is calm. Like my brain is on a whole nother level when it comes to like focus and productivity. It's weird in the mornings. So I do strive to get up earlier because I also feel like I do kind of get more things done when I wake up earlier. But I don't know, when the night hits, it's just a different vibe. And I be vibing. Like I vibe at night. I'm a night owl. But it's just so bad. Like that's something I struggle with, is going to bed early. So it's like, that's self-discipline for me, is turning off my phone, closing my laptop, and going to bed at the time that I say I need to go to bed, and getting up at the time that I know I'm supposed to get up in order to, you know, have the day that I want to have. So at the end of the day, like, when you truly love yourself, and you are, you know, on your healing journey, on your self-love journey, and you know, you are making the decision and committing to truly loving yourself, then you have to acknowledge and realize that true self-love is self-discipline, is getting rid of those bad habits, saying no to people and things that don't serve you, setting boundaries with yourself and with other people, is thinking about your future self, making decisions now that will positively affect yourself in the future, and that will serve your best interests in the future. It is, you know, it's discipline. So at the end of the day, self-love is self-discipline. Also, just know that, like, it's not gonna be easy. When you truly commit yourself to your self-love journey, and you truly commit yourself to having self-discipline in specific areas, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to fight through your negative habits, because, you know, you've had these negative habits for so long. So you have to be intentional about the decisions that you make, about the actions that you take, in order to truly show yourself self-love. And, you know, there will be weeks where you're doing great, and there will come a time where you fall off, and where, you know, you're not in the rhythm anymore, and you kind of, you know, I think it's okay to kind of allow yourself to take a break, and then just make sure that you get back to it, and that you don't take too long of a break, and you just get right back to it, get right back to where you are meant to be and on the right track. So I think the main thing is that as long as you don't give up, and you know what your goal is, and, you know, even if you may fall off, you may slow down, you know, you might take a break, but as long as you know what your end goal is, and you know that you're coming right back, then that is key. So just know that, like, when you're on your self-love journey, and you're on your journey of being disciplined in the areas that you need to, in order to truly see growth and to truly reach the goals that you set for yourself, know that it's not an easy fix. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna be something that you have to continuously work at, continuously strive at, and intentionally replace your bad habits with good habits. You have to intentionally make the decision every day to be disciplined in whatever your goal is. So yes, just wanted to leave you guys with that. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you in any way, then make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you can receive a notification every time that I upload. And thank you so much for tuning in.